The weekly NFL Lobster Bet delivered once again and kept its perfect record. This time, the highest confidence play of the week turned out to be under 47 points to be scored in the Browns vs. Bengals matchup. In the end, 30 points were put on the scoreboard, so we easily cashed. If you wish to gain exclusive access to the Week 17 Lobster Bet, just follow the links below. And once again, you can choose between a package that comes with a money-back guarantee in case the pick loses, or a package at a reduced price without the guarantee. That being said, let's attack Week 17 with a few selected plays that I like, albeit not as much as the Lobster Bet, of course. More precisely, I'd like to share 3 NFL picks with you, alright? Pick number 1 concerns a very critical game that will take place on Saturday. In the Denver-Cincinnati matchup, I am betting the Bengals minus 3 points. Sure, Denver gets 3 extra days of rest after playing last Thursday, but I still prefer to back Cincy in this spot. To me, they have been more impressive lately. Denver's defense has not been as stingy of late. In fact, they have given up 32, 13, and 34 points during the course of their past 3 games. That amounts to a 26.3 average. That's bad news when you are about to face the hottest QB in the league. Bo Nix got off to a rocky start to his NFL career. Then he went through a long stretch of solid outings. However, he has shown some signs of weaknesses in the recent past. If you focus on his last 3 starts, he has thrown 6 TD passes versus 5 interceptions. Also, he has been completing passes at a lower rate. Meanwhile, Cincinnati's offense has been firing on all cylinders. In their last 7 matches, they have scored an average of 32.6 points per game. Also, the common narrative around the Bengals defense is that it is very weak. While I agree that it's not great by any means, it has fared better of late. Joe Burrow is probably happy to hear that left tackle Orlando Brown will be back in the lineup after missing 6 of the past 7 contests. For all of these reasons, I am siding with the Bengals in this key AFC matchup. On Sunday, one of my favorite bets is the Carolina Panthers to cover the large 8-point spread in Tampa Bay. I agree that the Bucs have much more incentive for this game, but Carolina will still put a solid effort against a division rival. The Panthers will also be looking to avenge a 26-23 overtime defeat suffered earlier this year in heartbreaking fashion. Adam Thielen scored a TD with 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter, but Tampa was able to tie it up as time expired before getting the W in overtime. The Panthers have been at home for 5 of the past 6 weeks, so they did not need to travel very much. Meanwhile, the Bucs went across the country to Los Angeles before playing in Dallas last week. Starting tight end Cade Otton is likely out for this game. Tampa's number 1 receiver, Mike Evans, is listed as questionable. He was a limited participant in Wednesday's practice before being downgraded to did not practice on Thursday, which is a bit concerning. The Bucs' number 1 cornerback is also banged up. Will he suit up or not? There are many question marks on Carolina's side when it comes to injuries though. At some point during the week, I considered the Panthers to be my lobster bet of the week, but recent news have made me drop this pick lower in my rankings. Still, I am siding with Carolina plus 8 points in this NFC South battle. In Week 17 in the NFL, I am also betting the Las Vegas Raiders to win straight up in New Orleans. To me, the Saints appear to have given up on the season. They looked horrible in Green Bay last week. Their tackling was especially disgusting to watch. QB Spencer Rattler looked dreadful as well. In his past 3 games, he has completed 37 of his 75 passes, a bad 49.3% completion rate. Aidan O'Connell is not a world beater, but he appears much better than Rattler. The Raiders defeated the Jaguars last week. Prior to that, they fought hard in a 15-9 loss to the Falcons. They got beaten in Tampa Bay and should have won in Kansas City against the Chiefs. The Saints also lose 1 day of rest after playing last Monday at Lambeau Field. Alvin Kamara is one of their lone offensive weapons, and he appears likely to miss the game. We are still uncertain about the status of Marquez Valdes-Scantling, along with tight end Jawan Johnson. The good news for the Saints, though, is that Chris Olave might return to the field on Sunday. But with such poor QB play, will it really make a difference? Alright, so I like the Bengals laying 3 points against Denver, the Panthers +8 in Tampa, and Vegas to win outright in New Orleans. Now, what is my very top bet of the week, also called the famous LOBSTER bet? A small $17 investment is all it takes to find out. Join the large number of other savvy sports bettors who grab this exclusive package every week and have been benefiting a lot. I'm Professor MJ, holder of a Ph.D. in statistics and bookie crusher since 1999, wishing you very happy holidays!